Welcome to the Galactic Mind Weather Report. So today I'm coming to you at the beginning of the white Worldbridger Wavespell. So we've just closed off yesterday the 13 days of the red Skywalker Wavespell, where we were really called forth to come out of our comfort zones and explore what does our personal hero's journey look like? What does your spirit waking up in this physical body in this lifetime, what does that look like? What does its expression want to make? What journey does it want to take? And inside you is that message that the Skywalker was out there exploring and trying and wanting to kind of pour itself into. And so today we begin this archetype known as the white Worldbridger. So 13 days dedicated to death. The Worldbridger used to be carved on the walls of the Maya as, this skull. And back then and in many tribes and old times, we had a different perspective of death. It's with the kind of industrial revolution and the science that's come through, a lot of the science has also become its own dogmatic religion. True science is always exploring the unknown, open to infinite potential. But a lot of science has come forth and then anchored itself down as this is fact, this is reality, and created its own religion, its own dogma, that in turn has actually taken away a lot of the old belief systems and religions. It's kind of shattered them and shown them to be, not based in, any real truth as such, but more storytelling and essence, or at least that's what it feels like it's shown. And when you look at it, it's actually stolen this aspect of our culture. That humans have always had something to believe in that is greater than themselves. And with the advent of scientific research and the scientific method, etc., humans have kind of built this kind of arrogant idea that we can claim truth, and we've kind of, with this big sword of truth, cut through all these ideas of the purpose of life, the idea that there is some kind of intelligent design or some kind of God force or something that gave us like an anchor in the chaos of being human and the chaos of this evolution of what it is to have a human experience. Religion was like an anchor that we could hold on to, that would give us a framework to feel safe, that there was something bigger than just us. It gave us deeper purpose. But now, with the evolution that's happened, this kind of scapegoat method of creating a synthetic purpose through looking to an outside authority, whether it be in God or government, it's falling apart. And I'm really seeing this need for us to reconnect to a higher sense of purpose beyond science and spirituality, something that is deeply existential, that's about purely presence, that our purpose is beyond the mind. Our mind will not be able to comprehend it. The mind can play with the ideas until eventually we just give up and surrender into this moment right now. And what I've come to find is that the more that I develop the capacity to trust in death, I've had in my life, I've had at least 3 really close friends all die quite suddenly, from when I was a teenager to I think the last one was about when I was 28. And so I've had the blessings to really to sit with death, to witness it, to see such incredible life suddenly gone, and to see the physical vessel, how hollow and empty it is once the spirit leaves. And there's something powerful about that, that has kind of forced me in my life to really contemplate death and come to peace with it. Now, it's not to say that I'm comfortable with the idea of dying yet. I mean, hell, that's a lifetime. Some of the Buddhist monks would say that's the purpose of life, to prepare for death. But coming more and more to this place of accepting death as a reality. And this white Worldbridger Wavespell is rising up right now, and I feel it in myself, and it's rising up for the next 2 weeks, and it's a global thing as well as a local thing, because it wants to bring forth our mortality, not to scare us, not to make us go into a panic of, oh my God, I'm going to die, but just to kind of grow up a little bit and to accept the limitations of these human vessels and not get lost chasing this fairy tale of immortality. And immortality is possible. So it is possible not to die. But when we get so obsessed with the idea of immortality, of eternal life, we become so entrapped in life. We stop living when it becomes about not dying. And you know, think about it. Imagine if right now you were given, and in a way this is what all the artificial propaganda and, you know, the ignorance and the distractions of TV, life, sex, drugs is all kind of doing, is it's creating this synthetic feeling of immortality that we can just lose ourselves into something. But imagine if you were given a magic pill right now, and you took that pill and it gave you immortality. Your body would no longer age. You would not die of any natural causes within your body. But yet, if you fall off a cliff, you will still die. If your head gets lopped off, you will still die. But you won't die of natural causes. So now you've got this immortality. You've been given the gift of the gods that you wanted, you know, to live forever, to no longer have to, you know, worry about that. Well, now, how much more weight does death have? How much more intensity and intensely will you fear an accident in life? That, you know, how many people would you stop driving for fear of having a car accident? Would you stop jumping out of planes and parachuting? Would you stop, you know, going out into the city just in case some crazy came out with a gun? You know, how paranoid would we begin to become if we knew that if we stay home and stay safe and stay careful and stay in our safe little boxes, we can live forever. But then we stop living. So you see how this obsession with needing to live stops us paradoxically from actually living. And so this 13 days is really about, you know, for me, it's about embodying this white Worldbridger energy, this energy that is about bridging the worlds through death. And it means really acknowledging that you have this life right now. You are blessed with this life, and at some point the door will close on this life. And if that is in 1 year, if it's tomorrow, or if it's in 50 years, or if it's in 1,000 years, or if it's when the sun stops, the planet goes into smithereens, and everything just compresses into its oneness. Whether it's from beginning or all the way to that point, we need to acknowledge that life will come to an end. And then with every death is a rebirth. And when we can accept that and stop fearing it, then it means we can really begin to live now. We stop worrying about what our actions will have, what repercussions they will have, you know, and we will begin to dare to explore. We will take on our hero's challenge, and we will give it everything we have, because we know we have this one shot for this ride. So just commit and give it everything, and be a shining example of what it is to be human, to make mistakes, because that's the process of conscious evolution, to fully embody and witness who we are in this moment now, and go forth and make mistakes with awareness, so that we can correct and change and find better ways, and work together and dare to risk everything for this heart, for the purpose, for passion, for love. And so the Worldbridger is about letting yourself die in every moment, because every moment your cells are dying and they're being recreated. Every day you have a new opportunity to reinvent yourself. Every day, in right now, when you're watching this, in this moment, you have a choice. And I invite you to surrender into the fires of death who you think you are, who your story is that led you to this point, to throw it in the fire, into the burning fire of this moment under the sun. And let it burn in the presence, the fire of presence, and the fire of just beingness, of being here now. And you will be surprised at what lives. Because there will be things that are part of you, that are truly who you are, that are part of your essence, that will always survive death, that is immortal and eternal with you right now. And when you allow yourself to enter this now moment, more and more every day, beginning just with now, like, just bring your awareness. See if you can witness yourself watching me talk right now. How is your body feeling? How is your mind feeling? What thoughts are going through your head? Are you really listening right now? Or suddenly, are you sitting there, oh crap, what's Mark talking about? Well, I was just drifting off a bit. Are you present? That's the game. Self-awareness. Surrender into the now through self-awareness. And when you begin to embody this ability to trust in the unknown, to let go of control of where your tomorrow is going and where you came from, letting the baggage that you've been carrying your whole life just kind of burn away. Put it down for a minute. Put down all your traumas and your worries and your woes. Put them down. And take a moment to enter this Worldbridger frequency and see if you can ride it through these 13 days to truly see what life brings to you. Who are you now? What are you surrounded by? What is your interaction with your environment? Are you present and aware? Because you'll begin with this developing awareness. You'll develop the capacity to really let go of things that don't resonate with you. You'll begin to feel it. Events, activities, different types of work, relationships, habitual patterns. You'll begin to witness them and see them for what they are. And all we need is awareness, because when you can be aware of how a behavioral pattern is affecting you on a daily level, then just watch it enough times before eventually you create these new habits in your mind that says, I don't want that. I don't like that feeling. And so we need to first of all be prepared to let go of everything so that we can create the infinite opportunity and possibilities that are open to us right now. We need to let go of what we think we know. And in doing so, we open up the vast doorways to existence, to enter into our lives and bring us things so much more in tune and tapped into what we want than we ever knew. And in turn, allow us to begin living a truly exquisite life, however that will look for each of us individually. So may you ride this white Worldbridger Wavespell. May you begin to change your perspective on death and to celebrate it, to embrace it as a closing of an incredible chapter of a fairy tale rather than an eternal ending. And embody that in your life, in every moment, so that you can step up and get out of bed fresh, full of energy, full of inspiration. And that is one of the greatest gifts that you can give to your family, that you can give to your community and the greater planet. And when we learn to stop fighting so much, stop trying to force change, and get busy being, simply being, that's when we're going to see an incredible shift in the consciousness of our planet, of this time-ship Earth. And it's well underway. So let's do it together. in my cache. And I'll see you mid-Wavespell.